Up next on End of the Day Beer Review, we're going to be looking at an offering by Other Half Brewing Company. This is Turnbuckle BKs. It is a double dry hopped triple Indian Pale Ale. And this comes in at 10.2% ABV. Check it out. Hi everybody, it's Rich and welcome back to Tony's Bar. Today we are looking at another Triple Indian Pale Ale. I have to tell you, I had tried a Triple Indian Pale Ale from Root and Branch, and I have been lucky enough to have some of these left from a gathering I had just last week. And so they're fresh, they've been cold the whole time. This one is called Turnbuckle BKs. It is a double dry hopped Triple Indian Pale Ale by Other Half Brewing Company. And this says, well, check out the can art if you can. I know the light sort of blows it out. It sort of looks like a wrestling belt. And it says, a hazy triple IPA strong enough for the wrestling maniacs running the streets of Green City. Notes of, well, I'm not going to read that because I don't want to get into it. And this is brewed by Other Half Brewing Company, 195 Center Street, Brooklyn. They have not given me this. I'm trying this on my own. Actually, I'm not. I don't even remember who brought this over. But it is a fresh IPA. This was actually, this is about a month old. I think it's, just about a month and a half. 6/19/2023 is the date that's on the bottom. So let's crack this open. And let's see now. As people know, I sort of cheated there. I am not the biggest IPA fan, but I did try a triple IPA the other day that wound up really impressing me by a company called Root and Branch Brewing, which is on Long Island. This is another local brewery in Brooklyn. So let's see how it pours. Again, pours very hazy. Definitely more carbonation than the last triple that I had. So I'm going to let that settle just a bit. And it might have been my pour that did this, but it is, again, very, very hazy. White, very white head on this one. Very, very, I mean, that's pretty much bone white. Hopefully the head will sort of come down just a bit. But if it doesn't, drink it through the foam. Let's see. See, now here I'm getting much more of the IPA profile on the nose that I'm used to. I'm getting much more citrus. And by citrus, to me, it's sort of like grapefruit. I don't know if that's what's here. So let's see. I'd love to let this head like dissipate just a little bit more, but I also don't want to sit here with the video being like 10 minutes long of just us waiting for bubbles to go. And again, it might be my pour, but the carbonation on this one definitely looks a little bit more aggressive. Now, I don't know anything about triple IPAs. Quite frankly, I'm normally a stout person, and the stouts that I buy, I normally can store for years. In fact, you want to store them for years because the flavor profile changes. With IPAs, I know it's a much quicker type of drinking thing. So, all right, let's see what we get on the nose. Much more citrus. I'm getting something else I just can't place. Almost like a blackberry? No, not a blackberry. Like a red cherry type of aroma, but it's very faint. The predominant one here is sort of that citrusy tropical aroma that you get with a lot of regular IPAs. And again, I don't know exactly what triple hopped means. I am a taster, not a brewer, so the head has definitely come down. I don't know if you can see it, but it does really cling to the glass, which sort of, I think, tells you it's got some serious legs on it with the 10.2% ABV. But you know what? Most important thing, let's see what it tastes like. This is interesting. Okay, so There's a lot of citrus here. In fact, it's quite bitter on the back end, which I don't really mind. The alcohol is a little more forward than I expected it to be. I can definitely feel sort of the burn as it goes down. It's not off-putting. It's a very nice alcohol ratio there. I enjoy the sort of like warming of the stomach as you go through it. But aside from the citrus, it's almost like, I don't know what it is, if it's a passion fruit or it's something else, and I've tasted it somewhere before. There's a sweetness on the back end that reminds me vaguely of Linderman's Currant. I don't know if you know what that is. It's sort of like this, the Linderman's Peach, but instead of it being peach, it's sort of a currant flavor, sort of a black cherry-ish type of thing. And it's real faint, but it's there. And it's nice. I like this. You know, initially, I was sitting there saying, you know what? This isn't what I like. I will say this, the carbonation on this is really sort of heavy. And even with that pour, which was reasonably gentle, you can see like there's a serious head on this. It's definitely a darker color than the last Triple IPA I had. So this is a much more, I don't want to say orange, but it's leaning towards a very dark yellow into orange. Is it enjoyable to drink? Yes. Yeah, it really is. There's sort of an orange on the front end, an orangey citrus type of thing. And then on the back end, there's this really pleasant bitterness. But with that bitterness, there's also sort of like just a hint of currant. And you know, this might be in my head because I'm just starting to sort of enjoy the whole IPA thing. And it's not even the IPA thing, it's the Triple IPA. This is the second Triple IPA I've had, and I really have enjoyed. Which to me is bizarre because I have been saying for years, I am not an IPA person. Maybe I'm not an IPA person. Maybe I'm just a Triple IPA person. But this is an excellent beer with a really nice flavor profile. Some really nice citrus. The lingering flavor in my mouth is like that I just ate an orange, like one of those big navel oranges. It's not sweet. It's a pleasant citrus flavor. It's really enjoyable to drink. And again, this is a very local brewery to me. This is in Brooklyn, and this is really nice. Now, what does it say here? Notes of sweet citrus, lychee, which I don't know what that is. I'm sorry. Passion fruit. Okay. I get that flavor now. That's where it's coming from. And red currant. I knew there were currants in here. I knew it. And you know, it's funny. It's not something that I'm a big fan of, but the way it sort of offsets that citrus is very nice. This is a really good beer. I don't know what the availability is on it. I don't know what the price range is on it, but Turnbuckle BKs, which is by Other Half Brewing Company, is definitely worth picking up. I wonder if they're making a play on the, is it the Turnbuckle ACs from the Warriors? If it is, then this is ridiculously cool. Because that was sort of that one gang that was chasing the Warriors. This is going off topic. But if that's what it is, that's really interesting. But I don't think that's what it is. I think this is really just about wrestling, and I'm just not a wrestling fan. But this is an excellent beer. Again, this is by Other Half Brewing Company. It's Turnbuckle BKs. This is a double dry hopped triple Indian Pale Ale. That is definitely worth checking out. Again, I don't know the availability, but Other Half Brewing, I've had a bunch of their stuff before, mostly their darker sort of stout porter stuff. Very worthwhile picking up. And if you have access to it, if you're in Brooklyn, I would definitely get a can of this and give it a try. Anyway, folks, thanks so much for stopping by, and I will see you next time. If you like the review, please hit like. Subscribe, share it with your friends. If there's another Triple IPA that I should try, I gotta tell you, I think this is going to be a a type of beer that I'm going to be looking into, because the Triple IPA so far, I mean, that's 2 out of 2 that have been really right on the money with me, that I've really enjoyed. You know, maybe I've been a little too harsh when it comes to the IPAs, or maybe I've just been trying the wrong ones, because this is quite nice. Anyway, folks, I'm gonna sit back and finish this. You all have a nice night, and I will see you next time on End of the Day Beer Review. Cheers.